Good morning, happy Friday. It's 7:46 in the morning. I've been here for about 15 minutes. I just got everything set for the day. The display is on, the agenda's up. I got my Starbucks. I'm gonna do my first taste test with you guys. Haven't sipped it yet. It's a 6. It's not great. That's unfortunate. But I wanted to check in before the day got started to just quickly rehash what I did on Wednesday in relationship to history, specifically the Civil War. Quickly touch on what I'm gonna do today, and then that's it for right now. So on Wednesday, with history, we are still talking about the Civil War, and so the first thing that I did was to show them a political map. So prior to that lesson, we had talked about the concept of compromise. We had used a lesson that I got on Teachers Pay Teachers, where it was just like fun scenarios, like, you know, you want to go to a party, your parents don't want you to go, what compromise can you come up with? And told them that even though these topics are not historical in nature, like, we're going to use the concept of compromise to move on to the next phase of our look at the causes leading up to the Civil War. So on Wednesday, we talked about the first compromise, that we were going to discuss, which was the Missouri Compromise. So I showed them a map of what the country looked like at that particular time, so that they now start to understand what is referred to when they hear the North and the South, or free states versus slave states, so that they can remember that the United States, as they envision it right now, is not what the United States looked like then. So I showed them that, and I just got that off of Google. I just found a Google image that I thought would work, and just kind of, we looked at it, read the key. I pasted the image on a Jamboard so that they all had access to it. So just making sure that they knew that these were the free states, or the North, these were the slave states, or the South, that this was Missouri, the state that wanted to come in as a slave state, and that this was Maine, the state that came in as a free state to keep the balance in Congress. Made sure that they knew that this was unorganized territory, and that this was Arkansas territory. And then a lot of them needed to be reminded that these aren't really states yet. Like, this is just undeveloped areas in the West as of that point. So I also told them to make sure that they paid attention to this line here on the map, because it was going to come up. And then we just talked through that. Then I showed them a video from, I think it's the History Channel. It's like a 2.5 minute video that very briefly talks about the Missouri Compromise, like why it was needed, and what the compromise outlined, and told them that I was going to show them the video at least twice, possibly 3 times, but the first 2 times they're looking at it for different reasons. So I said the first time you're going to look at it, you're going to listen for the causes of the Missouri Compromise. Like, why did the country get to the point where they felt like they needed a compromise? Because I'm really trying to make sure I focus on just like the concept of cause and effect. So they did that. There are 3 causes mentioned, and I told them there's 3. And so then we discussed what were the 3 causes mentioned. Then I played the video again and said this time you're listening for the effect, which really was what were the terms of the Missouri Compromise. And then we discussed after that. Then I gave them the opportunity to watch it again, because I said you're going to be playing a Kahoot game based on, not really the video, but based on the Missouri Compromise. The first class had it rough because the Kahoot game that I chose wasn't the best. And so there were some questions on there that they were like, I don't know the answer to this. We didn't answer this question. And then by the second class, I had to pick a different Kahoot game, because a student let me know that the way I had it linked, the first video that was linked, gave them the questions and the answers. So I had to quickly find a new game, and it actually worked out better because this version of the Kahoot for the Missouri Compromise was better in terms of the questions that they were asked were questions that they should have known the answer to, with the exception of 1 or 2. So we played that, and that was it. And then I said, so, you know, the next lesson we're going to look at a different compromise, because we know, since we're living in the future, we know that this compromise was not successful, because the country does ultimately go to war. So we know there were some issues with this. So today we're going to pick up from there, and now we're going to look at the compromise of 1850. We're going to use a video by Mr. Heimler, which is a high school history teacher, I think, in Atlanta. I really like his videos. He's, I don't know, like he's funny. The videos are very fast paced, so you do have to like pause them and kind of walk kids through it, but they just have like a good vibe. They're not boring. They don't annoy me when I watch them, because I've seen some other ones where I'm like, I don't even want to watch this for a minute. So we're going to talk about the Compromise of 1850 today. And after that, my intention is the next lesson we're going to talk about the election of 1860 and start talking about Abraham Lincoln. In all honesty, I don't know how far I'm going to get with all of this, because next week is the last full week of school, and we haven't even started to talk about Abraham Lincoln yet, but we'll see. So that's that. The other thing that I'm going to do today, which is nerve-wracking, I think it'll be fun, but nerve-wracking, is for a few years. I think I saw this for the first time like maybe 3 years ago, and I believe the first time I saw it, it was by this, I don't think she teaches anymore. Her name is Christina Costa, and her Instagram account at that time was Teach Like a Girl, and I believe she taught middle school, and she allowed her students to meme her, like create memes using images of her. And then I saw it again last year, I think, and it was through someone named Esther Brunat, who teaches high school in Florida, I think, and her Instagram account is Esther Brunat, and I will try and remember to add that here if you don't already follow her. And so her kids made memes, and they were funny, and I've been wanting to do it, and then last year we were virtual, so it didn't happen. And then the year before that, I was teaching elementary school, and I just didn't think elementary school kids would even get it. So this is the year where I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna show you how I set it up, and I'll let you know how it goes. But I am so thankful for Canva, because I was like, well, I need to be able to provide them with like a template, because I can hear them saying like, I don't even know how to make a meme, like how do we do this? So I searched YouTube to see if there were any tutorial videos, and I found one, and it was like a Canva educator, and she had created a template. And at first I thought I was gonna have to use that, but then I thought Canva is really good about just having just about anything. So I bet there's a meme template, and sure enough there was. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to show them a video that kind of explains what a meme is, in case they don't know. Then I'm going to show them this video. There's a series of videos from, I think, BuzzFeed, of people who accidentally became a meme. And so this guy here is one of them, and he was known, or he is known, I guess, as Bad Luck Brian. So he kind of talks about how all that came into play. And then I'm going to give them some pictures. So the guidelines that I'm giving them is that they're going to use Canva to find meme templates, and I'm going to show them how to do all of this. Select one of the photos I have provided for them, and the subject of the meme does not have to have anything to do with me or school. Like, it's just the image that they're using. That's the bell. And if you choose to make a meme about me, make sure the humor is school appropriate and lighthearted. So in other words, be nice. And then I think we're going to vote. So then I gave them these photos here that they're going to use. These are examples of Esther Brunat, so that they can see how other students have done it. And then these are the photos I'm giving them that they can use of me. And then I gave them a sample of one. What did I put in here? I gave them a sample of one I made. I think I added it in here. Oh, maybe I didn't. Let me see if I can find it on Canva. I put it, not YouTube, I put it on Instagram yesterday. Hold on a second. Here it is. So here's the example that I made of me, and it just says blank assignments are so easy to grade. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, these are middle schoolers. I think you definitely have to have like a thick skin to be willing to do something like this. So hopefully, I mean, my kids are pretty, I mean, they're good kids, they're nice kids, so I don't think that they're gonna do anything that's gonna make me cry, but we'll see. So anyway, I'll keep you posted, but school's about to start. The bell just rang, so wish me luck with this. It's 3:26. I'm getting ready to go home after I talk to you guys for a second. Let's talk about the assignment with the memes. So overall, it went well. I didn't get to do it with my AM homeroom class because there were some technical issues. For some reason, Google Classroom just wouldn't post the assignment as it was created. And the only reason I can think that might be is because the amount of files that I had attached to it may have been too large, because I had 2 video clips and several images for them to use. And so I had to like repost it and like split the materials in half, and somehow that worked. So in the morning homeroom class, after I did the history lesson and watched the 2 videos that I wanted to show them, the one that kind of explains what memes are, and then the one that talks about the meme Bad Luck Brian, and that technical issue happened and I got it figured out, time was up. So I basically only got to explain to them what they were going to do, but they never had the chance to actually go in there and do it. So I told them that I would give them time to do that on Tuesday, because we don't have class in person on Mondays. Switch, they were able to get it done, and then we voted. And then PM homeroom, we didn't get it done because we had a class meeting of sorts. But again, I showed them the 2 videos, explained to them what it was, and then I'll give them time on Tuesday. And then PM switch, they got it done, they voted, and all of that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a winner from AM homeroom, AM switch, a winner from PM homeroom, PM switch, and then the 2 winners from the AM groups and the PM groups will compete against each other, I think is my plan. But it was fun. It was pretty quick. It took them, they were very quick about it. Some kids seemed to be into it. Some kids were just like, whatever. I don't know what else to say besides that. Some of them are really good. I need a moment to kind of filter through the ones that I have and kind of pick the ones that I'm going to share on my, I know I'm going to put them on Instagram as a post. And then I think when we're narrowed down to like the top 4, the top 2 homerooms and the top two switch, I might put it on Instagram as a story for you guys to vote and see which one do you like the best. But it was fun. It was really just a lighthearted day. So at this point in the school year, my goal is just to teach a history lesson, and then whatever happens after that, I'm not sure. I think we're all just mentally at a point where the kids are like not necessarily into learning, and I'm pushing through with the teaching because, like I said, I kind of want to see how these lessons go. So I will show you like an example of what one student did, and I think that's really it. Oh, the other update is I have an aide that helps, and since they were working on the memes, we've started like moving stuff from my desk area. And so things are just starting to look a little bit bare. So when my students came in each class, they were like, where are your books? Or why does it look so bare? Because like that stuff, those books are going to be, or have been moved, because I have to move those 2 bookcases. Like I had to move the books out of here because this bookcase has to be moved. And then over here, it's all empty. And I am very responsive to my environment. And anytime I've moved, I hate moving in and like stuff is just empty. It just doesn't feel like home. So my classroom is getting to that point where I'm like, ugh, it doesn't feel like home here. So we got a little bit of that done. I feel relieved because that's a great help, because I want to minimize the amount of that I need to do next week, with the next week being my last full week of school. So that happened. And then the other update is we got our assignments for the next school year. We actually got them on Wednesday, but I didn't want to talk about school at all. By the time I got home on Wednesday, I didn't want to talk about it yesterday at all. And so I will be teaching 8th grade language arts, social studies, and history again next year. I will be working with students that have IEPs, which is why I have an aide. That's the only reason why I have the aide. There is a change in that I won't be partnered with the same teacher. So for the past 2 years, I've been partnered with my current partner. Her name is Miss Cohen. That is now being switched to Miss Lawrence, who you guys know. Miss Lawrence is the person that I refer to as Taylor because she's a friend of mine. So we will be team teaching. She will be teaching math and science. I will be teaching language arts and social studies and history. So it's nice in that even though I'm switching partners, I know I'm switching with someone that I'm looking forward to working with, and I don't have any sort of like anxiety about like, are we gonna work well together and what's our dynamic gonna be like? So that's the update there. I wanted to try and get her in on the vlog today, but she had to bounce, as we used to say back in the day, because she had a nail appointment that she needed to get to. So I almost forgot. I'm gonna show you this meme. I'm gonna show you this, and then I'm gonna go home because I haven't even eaten today. I didn't get to eat lunch because I was chatting during that hour. So this is an example of one of the memes. I think I showed you the pictures I gave them access to. I really hope that I did. So this one says, every Starbucks employee listening to Miss Robinson's order. I just thought that was funny because I would always quiz them on my favorite Starbucks drink to see if they were paying attention. And there were some other memes because there's a couple of kids that memorize, there's a few kids that have it memorized and some kids that just don't know what it is. And so there were some memes about how some kids know it and some kids don't. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and close out the vlog here. I hope that you guys had a great day. Yeah. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you head over there, especially if you want to participate in voting on the memes that the kids created. And as always, I hope that you guys are well. If you are not well, please be well, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. See you then.